Chinese dramas frequently feature the boss-employee relationship storyline, where they navigate the complex interactions between the boss and employee. From romance to power struggles, these dramas highlight the difficulties and rewards of managing the nuanced personal and professional interactions between superiors and subordinates. In this video, I will list my top 15 Chinese dramas with boss and employee romance as of March 2023. Number 1. Boss and Me. The female lead, a CEO, has a younger sister with a very rare blood type who needs a transfusion. He discovers that the female lead, who works for his company, has the same blood type, so he asks her for a blood donation. Afterward, instead of the typical method of paying her money, his sister advises sending her nourishing packed lunches so she can recover from the blood loss and make the appreciation more personal. The female lead loves to eat, and her enjoyment of the lunches, with her general upbeat and sunny demeanor, progressively begins to soften the male lead's heart. Number 2. Lucky's First Love. The male lead hires the female lead to work at his gaming company because of the prosperous meaning behind her name. The male lead is a strong-willed and motivated man who decided to succeed on his own rather than take over the family business. Meanwhile, the female lead is a gaming designer who goes through various highs and lows while dealing with her black-belly boss. Number 3. The Brightest Star in the Sky. The female lead is a young woman with aspirations and a love of music. She joined Starry Sky Entertainment and was given a job as the assistant of the male lead, a haughty and rebellious famous idol. With her assistance, the male lead gradually develops into a talented singer. Additionally, in the process, she gains experience and develops into a skilled idol manager. Number 4. My Girl. The female lead experienced a tragic accident when she was a little child. As a result, she developed a dissociative identity disorder which causes her to abruptly switch between two different personalities. Since she never knows when her other personality may show itself, she has spent her entire life trying to strike a balance between her two personalities. Now that she is an adult, she works as a makeup artist who has begun to produce her own little line of homemade cosmetics. During one of her episodes, she happens to meet the male lead, the CEO of a large cosmetics company, and suddenly declares herself to be his girlfriend. Although he is surprised by this unexpected outburst, he decides it is better to play along and save face than to cause a fuss in front of others. Number 5. Use for My Talent. Because of his incomplete family, the male lead is misophobic and has a closed-off personality. Meanwhile, the female lead used to have a happy family. However, after losing her mother in a vehicle accident, she becomes slovenly. They got to know one another when she started working for his cleaning company. And as they got to know one another, the two grew closer. Number 6. Cute Programmer. After falling in love with the male lead, who is a genius programmer, the female lead enrolls in the same college he attended and also took up the same major. Setting the male lead as her role model, she does well in school. However, after graduation, she did not anticipate that his company does not hire female employees. She then decides to disguise herself as a man and enter the company. However, she met difficulty both in dealing with his demands, as well as keeping her identity a secret. Finally, with her determination, she finally seized an opportunity and managed to reach a consensus with him. Number 7. Miss Grow with Mr. Lizard. After recovering from a car accident, the male lead learns he can no longer engage in most forms of exercise. Even worse, the doctors warn him that having strong emotions would also cause him to pass away too soon. He makes an effort to lead a normal life again, but the adjustments he must make to his way of life drain all the excitement from him. Anything that can cause his heart rate to increase is carefully avoided. However, when the female lead starts working at his company, things take a different turn. Number 8. Flavor It's Yours. The male lead is a brilliant wine critic who is cold and distant. He is recognized as a tyrant in his industry due to his high standards and is renowned for having an impeccable sense of taste. He meets the positive female lead, a young woman who lost her sense of taste when she was a child. And when an accidental kiss occurs, they find that their senses have switched. Number 9. The Fox's Summer. The male lead, the adopted son of the Gu family, is the CEO of Gu Mall Corporation. Mrs. Gu wants her biological grandson to take over the company, and the male lead is tasked with helping the legitimate successor become a devout businessman. During this time, he meets the female lead, a fashion designer, and learns that she was his brother's ex-girlfriend. He then decides to hire her to motivate him, who still harbors feelings for her. And that's how the story starts. Number 10. Walk into your memory. The female lead is a chef who has the ability to see other people's memories. She starts assisting the male lead, who also happens to be her boss, when he inexplicably loses memories from a year of his life. Along the way, they learn to respect, support, and love one another. Number 11. Lucky with you. The female lead rescues the male lead's father from being taken captive while on a mission to deliver crucial documents. Later, concerned for his son's safety after receiving strange death threats, he decides to hire security. He personally chooses the female lead to serve as the male lead's personal bodyguard after witnessing her composure amid a crisis when she saved him. The male lead, however, rejects the idea of a female bodyguard interfering with his life right away. He deliberately makes things difficult for her, but she doesn't give up lightly. Number 12. Across the ocean to see you. While working in tourism overseas, the female lead went through a difficult divorce and eventually came back to China. And there, she met the male lead, a hotel specialist for her company, and the sparks began as they misunderstand each other. Number 13. My Bargain Queen. The female lead was abandoned by her fiancé during their engagement party at the hotel. Amid her misfortune, she becomes involved with the male lead, the hotel's general manager, who believed she was to blame for an incident at the hotel. 3 years later, the female lead, who is now the owner of a business that provides bargaining services, gets a job offer to plan a wedding in the same hotel where she met her untimely demise 3 years earlier. There, she meets the male lead again, and to get a booking at a hotel, she offers her bargaining services. But as fate would have it, the customer turns out to be her ex-fiancé and his new partner, who is the younger sister of the male lead. Number 14. The Queen of SOP. The female lead works as a low-level sales representative for the mall. She met the male lead on the internet. The two of them became close friends and supported and encouraged each other all the time. The male lead was a perfect gentleman that kept supporting her silently. He never revealed his true identity as Tang Enterprises CEO, and the female lead first became aware of her feelings for him when the Tang family faced a crisis, and she made the decision that it was time for her to try her best to help the one she loves win back his business and dignity. Number 15. Hotel Trainees. It revolves around a group of young people who work as interns at the prestigious hotel company. However, they do not have much work motivation. However, they caught them off guard with the sudden announcement of a 3-month elimination phase in which they will be dismissed if they don't meet the requirements. The interns make every effort to avoid being fired despite being subjected to harassment from coworkers, strict demands from their managers, and problems brought on by clients. Slowly, they start to enjoy and find purpose in their profession. And that's my top 15 Chinese dramas with boss and employee romance as of March 2023. Thank you for watching.